mess with justice.
Hey there guys, Cockatron here, and welcome back to another top 10 ranking video, where today I'll be going over my top 10 Skylanders introduced in Swap Force. I know I've done cores and swappers, but since then I think I've gotten a new swapper, and I've also gotten a new core, and some of it's changed a bit, but either way, some of these Skylanders are really good. I'm just gonna say right now, actually I should probably save it for later, but anyway, let's just start off with number 10. A lot of people are probably going to hate me for this one, but number 10 is going to be Spyrise. Now, all of these characters I absolutely love. I love playing as them. There is nothing wrong with any of these players, Skylanders I mean, because they're just all so much fun to play as. Oh, I don't have arena mode. Fine, we'll go to a level. But like I said, they're all a ton of fun to play as. No. So Spyrise is here mainly because I have not given him as much of a chance as all these other Skylanders. Like, I've only recently found out my love for Spyrise, while all of these other characters, except for like two, I've had for years, and I've loved them for years. And I really like his gimmick with like the spy agency kind of thing, but his design is just, it's good, but compared to some of these other ones, I just think that there's better ones. But his gameplay is OP. If you've ever tried to fight him in PvP, it's ridiculously hard. But he is really good. Like, I'm not even gonna try and go through all of his moves because there's just so many different combinations and such. Alright, come on. See, look at that. He's so good. There's nothing wrong with him. There's nothing wrong, like I said, there's nothing wrong with them. It's just other characters are just better, I suppose. So, number 9 is going to be Boomjet. Now, Boomjet is here for a similar reason as Spyrise, minus the fact that, because I've loved him for several years, but comparing his design to some of these other characters. Now, Swap Force may be my least favorite game, but it's got some of the best cast. So his gameplay is amazing. I love Boomjet to bits, but his design, like I said, isn't the strongest compared to some of these other characters. But other than that, he's got speed. He can even when he gets low, he can even heal himself, which is something else that Spyrise can do. Yeah, I love Boomjet. The only thing that's holding him back is his design. And even then, it's just a little bit worse than all of these other characters. Now Sharkfin and stop talking. Alright, so number 8 is going to be the one and only Stink Bomb. Now, for some reason, a lot of people don't like Stink Bomb. I absolutely have no idea. Like, I think the same people that hate Stink Bomb love Stealth Elf, which does not make any sense at all to me, because they've got similar things, except Stealth Elf's main thing is primary attack is close range, Stink Bomb's in far range. Does it matter? Not really, because they both have super spammy moves. Their second move is they disappear, except I think Stink Bomb's is actually better. It doesn't have the clones, but you still get rid of them. And on top of that, he's just got a bunch of other combos. Like, he's got close range. Stealth Elf is really fast, but like Stink Bomb's got close range. He can hit behind him like I just did there. I don't know why people don't like him. They just don't. Alright. Number 6, 10, 9, 8, 7. Number 7 is going to be a recent addition in the first core, Bumble Blast. Now, I recently just finished a solo run with him, and he is OP. There's nothing not to like about him, especially the fact that he's got like the homing bees. Any Skylander with any sort of homing ability is really good, and they make it his primary attack. And you can boost the damage to those things by spitting honey at them or putting down a little grenade here, which knocks enemies back and also coats them in honey. Like 29, and then immediately goes up to 24 for 5 extra damage. But it's so... he's really good. I also really, really like his design. But, again, like I said, he's a recent addition, which means I haven't had enough time to grow and like him, which is kind of hypocritical because one of these characters later I've only had for maybe 2 weeks, and he's already really good. So now it's number 6, and that is going to be Magna Charge. Oh, I should also say that Bumble Blast isn't any higher because there isn't a whole lot of combos to do, because I like more involved Skylanders where you're constantly using all of his attacks, but with Bumble Blast you're really just using his main one. But Magna Charge, on the other hand, is he's got a awesome design. He is OP as crap. Probably one of the most OP Skylanders ever. Because with his primary move is a machine gun, where you just sit there and machine gun. Of course, it overheats, but I'm on the path where if it overheats, I get to shoot out a Mega Blast, which means that the overheating really isn't even an issue. I get both the food? Yes, I can. So, yeah, like this is OP. The longer you hold it, the more powerful they get, and then you have a Mega Shot. His second attack is you do a little rush. So he's got speed, OP-ness, and for enemies, it'll actually pick them up, and with that, you can either hit Z or C or something, which will throw them out in front of you to hit other enemies, or you will do a little blast forward, kicking them back behind you, and just, annihilating whatever's behind you. But his second move, on the other hand, or his third one, is where it gets OP, because he can pick enemies up, and if you can, chuck them off of edges. Like, look at this. Easiest time I've ever had with one of those guys. Those guys are so annoying. And like I said, his design is awesome. Now, number 5 is actually climbed the ranks really quickly recently, especially recently, and that is going to be the Magic Swapper Trap Shadow. Trap Shadow, I've always liked his design. His design is really good. Combined with his gameplay, it's so involved in everything. I just like I said, I love him to bits because there's just so much you can do with his gameplay. You saw that you've got this, your scratches. If you hold A during a scratch, you can do a shadow dash for more speed, or you can just hold A and you do a bunch of quick swipes for like 120 damage or something instantly. What else? Then you've got his second move where he does a little shadow kick, so he's got range. It does actually really good damage. And if you hold that, you can go invisible, enemies cannot see you, and at the end you do a little kick which knocks enemies back, which is fun, of course. It does take a second to activate, but not that it matters because it's actually quite worth it. See? He doesn't know where I am. I can come out of here, kick. His third move is actually, I think, unique only to Trap Shadow, and I mean like unique, that being the ow. Not the ow, the bear traps, because they're really good. You can just throw one of them at an enemy and then do even more damage. You can aim them, you can chuck it down in front of you, you can aim it. So there's a lot. So Trap Shadow's got a lot going on, and he's just really good. Alright, number 4 is actually going to be a Skylander that I really like, but I'm not entirely sure what other people think of him. And that is going to be Nightshift. From what I understand, not a ton of people like Nightshift, but I love his design. His design is so good. I really like it. When I think of a good Skylanders design, he is one that I think of. Then he's got your, from a boxer, you've got your punches, which you can also hold up for a Mega Punch, which does massive damage. It's got massive area of effect and range. It does so much damage, and it also knocks enemies back all the same. Okay, you know what I mean. And on top of that, he can teleport around. If you teleport, and it shoves out that little thing in front of you, which does even more damage. The teleporting you can use to speed around the place. Oh, come on. And every time you kill an enemy with one of your punches, you do get extra gold, or one of your uppercut punches, I think. Nothing can survive long enough. But then, on top of that, pretty sure something pops out. I don't know. But he's also got his Bite, which will heal enemies, which is always fun. Or not heal enemies, heal you. You'll heal you and do damage to enemies. I think that's the move that a lot of people like, because it doesn't do enough damage, or it doesn't have enough healing. Which, I mean, just be grateful that you get anything at all. And I will say, it does have an insanely slow reload time, because I'm spamming that button and that's what's happening, but I should probably move on. Number 3 is going to be another underrated Skylander, I think, and that is going to be Scorp. Scorp is very good. Again, I love his design, but his gameplay is absolutely amazing. I wish there were some enemies here. One of his moves, you can chuck these things, which will poison enemy. I don't think they poison them, but they'll stick on and explode for later damage. Then you can hold it for a big one, which will then split out to a bunch of them, like that. And it's a lot of fun. It's really good. It does take a hot second to activate, which kind of sucks, but he's very good. But it's his other moves that are really good. Like, you've got your Sting. It does damage on impact, and it keeps doing damage forever. And then you've got your Roll, which knocks enemies back. It makes you faster so you can dodge attacks, and it knocks enemies back, which is a heck of a lot of fun. So he's just OP as crap. Anyways, let's leave it for the next one. Number 2 is going to be the third and final core on this list, being Rollerball. Rollerball, I love her design, and she's OP again. Really OP. Again, I wish I had enemies, but she's got speed, she's got range, she's got really good combos that you can do. Okay, that's nice too. So, like, you've got your really quick brawling. You can speed around instantly. If you hit it at the again, you do a headbutt, which does a lot of damage and knocks enemies back. And then you can chuck these out everywhere to do range, or you can just like spam it like this. Oh, there's a guy there, and it hits multiple times. My favorite thing to do, though, is if you hold that, you can summon some of this, get some of these going, and you've got the ultimate shield thing that does so much damage. Like, you just gotta circle around an enemy, and then like that's it. Yeah, destroy some of this crap. Along his design, her design is really good. So I just think Rollerball is amazing. But number 1 is gonna be the most recent swapper that I've collected. And that is gonna be the other undead Skylander, Rattleshake. Rattleshake is a heck of a lot of fun to play as. He's got so many moves that he's kind of like Scorp. He's got so many moves. I love his design. And one thing that other Skylanders may not have is I really, really like his catchphrase. So what you can do is you've got your quick firing, kind of like trigger happy. Then his second move is you can do a little tail swipe for close range, which also knocks enemies back and throws these bones in front of you for even more range. Then you can also throw one of these deputy snakes, I think they're called, which summons Little Snake Alley. It'll fire things, which also poisons and slows them all at the same time, which is really good. And that's only about half of it. If you hold A, you can shoot this little guy, which does increased damage and will bounce between enemies. So if there's a lot of enemies in there laying there, you can fire one of them and it'll bounce through enemies, which is really good. And my favorite thing about him is if you hold his second attack, because I went on the top, and if you hold his second attack, which is his tail swipe, you will do this, and you can summon a big bone snake along with a bunch of little ones. You'll leave a little trail of dots, and after you activate it, all of those will become big little snakes, which do big damage. Like, it knocks enemies back, which not that you need because you've got that. It takes like no time to activate. Rattleshake is really good, and I don't even have him fully leveled up or upgraded. He may have died, but I don't care because he's so good. So that is gonna be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.